9 people willing to sweat with me. Yay. All right, well, oh, it's 6 o'clock, but I was going to say the early people get to hear what we're doing, but now it's 6. All right, let's get started here. Have your water ready. All right, hit and mute here. Okay, so the way boot camp works is we're gonna warm up. We're gonna do some stuff that is gonna feel terrible and painful while we're doing it. And then afterwards you'll feel amazing. Yeah, like you accomplished a lot. Let's start with the warm up. Marching in place. One of these days, maybe if I can manage it, I'll like go for a little jog before this class and be warmed up that way. But lifting those knees, bracing the abs, swinging those arms, getting movements. So let me tell you about the workout today. We're doing 40-20. Again, probably my most common timing. We're going to do 5 exercises in a row. Take a 1-minute break. And then do the exact same 5 exercises, but in a 30-15 timing. So we're going to do the same exercises 2 times, but the second time it's going to be a shorter amount. There's 30 seconds of work followed by 15 seconds of rest. So that generally ups the intensity because we don't hold back as much when we know the interval is shorter. Then we're going to do 5 new exercises and do the same thing. All right, and I don't know why I had to hold my phone to read that because I actually knew that. That's squats, dropping that butt back and down. Good. Toes and knees in line with each other. As we sit back in that imaginary chair. Whatever you like to do with your hands, generally reaching forward helps to counterbalance the butt going back. Another way of sort of stretching the body out and keeping the chest lifted is to have the hands behind the head. Not because we're yanking the head down though. So this really helps open up the chest. So feel free to try this option if you like. And the final option is keeping those arms nice and high. And again, that kind of stretches open the chest. These are all different arm variations you can try for our squats. Let's do 2 more. And then we're going to take that leg back for a lunge, nice long stride, bending that back knee down to about ankle height. Arm variations, you can go out to the side, hands on the hips, hands behind the head. Let's do about 8 more. We're going to try to keep that torso vertical. Again, abdominals braced, chest lifted. Do 2 more. I'm going to switch it and just face the other direction. Feel free to face forward if you like the whole time. Let's try these arms. Eight more. And 4 more. Now let's stretch our hamstrings. From the side, I'm reaching in arm work. I'm also circling my arms. So feeling that hamstring stretch as I sweep my leg forward nice and straight. Also a little bit of obliques and getting some range of motion in the shoulders here. I like doing this one because I don't have to count. If I do it on the right, I'll do it on the left. All right, one more time on each side. And let's take it to the ground. Wrists underneath the shoulders. Glute squeezing. We find our plank. Draw that belly up and in towards the spine. Squeeze those abs. Oh, that's what I just said, isn't it? Squeeze those quadriceps in the glutes. Make sure you're breathing, inhale and out. Hold for another couple breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Good, let's push back into a down dog real fast. Don't stay in there though. I want you to kind of keep it moving here. Just stretch open those shoulders and chest. Get a little bit into the calves. So you want to do dynamic movements to warm up the body. All right, and let's just do a couple push-ups. By couple, I mean 4. Hands wide. Let's just kind of wake up that chest muscle and shoulder muscle here. I'm doing it on my knees. So it was kind of nice to do a couple push-ups just to get that motion there so that the first ones you do aren't like when it's under pressure. Now there's no pressure. No pressure to do any certain number during the 40 seconds, okay? All right, there's a timer. When there's a knocking, it means there's 10 seconds left. There's gonna be several beeps, and the longest beep is when the seconds are over. And that means start. So in 10 seconds, we're gonna do the first exercise. Reverse lunge and front kick. Okay. This is the leg that's gonna go back. And if you wanna touch down, you can touch down like this. But then you're gonna take the leg back and you're gonna kick with the other leg. All right, so it's actually not the back leg that kicks up. I could make it that way, and it is a variation, but I just so happen to not be doing it that way. Okay? And if you happen to do same leg back, same leg kick, then just when we do the other leg, make sure you keep doing that. No big deal. All right, so we're starting with the lower body movement. Again, when you lunge down, if you want to touch the ground, you can, or you don't have to. Touch, switch the legs and kick. I reverse step back with the leg that's closer to you, and I kick with the leg that's farther from you. The thing about touching down is it's not about dropping your chest too much. I try to keep my chest lifted as much as I can. But it's about encouraging you to go lower in the lunge. Right? When you know that you're going to touch the ground, you tend to go a little lower. But try not to bang your knee on the ground. Okay, we don't need to bang this knee. All right, we got 3 seconds left, and then we got 20 seconds break. We're not doing the other leg just yet. We're going to do a half burpee. So when you do a burpee, you can walk it out. Skip the push-up, sumo squat in, side step. Burpee, side step. I'm doing this first set of burpees with no push-ups. All right? Hands down, walk or jump back, bring it in, side step, keeping those feet nice and wide. Stepping to my right, your left. Stepping to my left, which is your right. Call this the half burpee, because we're not jumping up or standing all the way up. Probably feeling a lot in your legs. And the very next exercise is going to be the lunge back and kick with the other leg. All right, there's the knocking, so 10 seconds. Should be breathing heavily already. That means that heart rate's working, blood is pumping. All right, I'm going to face this direction. All right, which means, once again, it's my front leg that's going to step back, and the leg that's further back. This leg is going back, but it's the leg closer to you. And there's a touchdown. Try to keep the chest up. See, this is the difference. If I don't touch down, I just don't lunge as low. But again, the touchdown is truly optional. Everything's optional, right? This whole workout's optional. So find the variations of the exercise that I provide you. Do what you like. Do what challenges you. Do what works for your body. Try to have some fun. As much fun as you can in boot camp. Okay, so we didn't do push-ups last round, but now we're doing push-ups. I want your feet very wide. You do a push-up and then slap your thigh. And you should be able to slap your thigh without rotating if your feet are very wide. Okay? In 3 seconds, here we go. Hands nice and wide, feet wide. Push up, slap. You can do it on your knees. Push up, slap. Push up, slap. The challenge here is that you do the slap without rotating, without letting your pelvis shift, without losing the squaring of your shoulders and pelvis to the floor. So stare at the floor. Feel your abdominals really kick in to keep your pelvis square to the floor. Feet as wide as you can, or knees wide. Okay, we're finishing with abs. Yeah, and that'll be our 5 exercises. This is our 5th exercise. Then you get a minute break. You have your hands close to your hips. Your head, neck, and shoulders can be down or up. And you're gonna flutter, open, close. So straddle, crisscross, straddle, crisscross. Does it have to be that low? No, it can be this high. You can bend your knees a little bit. Your head can be down. You can go wide, close, wide, close. You don't need to do the straddle. So stay imprinted in the abs, in the lower back. Use your abs to stay imprinted. Open, close. Jack, feet wide, and then crisscross. I call this the lateral flutter. Hopefully you really feel your abs. All right. And with that, you get a minute. And we're going to repeat all that again with the lunge first and the kick. But it's going to be 30 seconds and then 15 seconds of the 5 exercises. All right, you can ignore that timer. I'm just using it to hold on to the minutes. Okay. So we have about 30 seconds left of the rest. Okay, so the first exercise, I'm just gonna go back to the same leg that I started with. Reverse lunge, front kick. 30 seconds. Someday my brain works. Sometimes it doesn't. Lunge touchdown, front kick. After this is our half burpee. If you feel pretty warmed up and you want to add the push-ups, you can. But also know that we're going to do push-ups as the 3rd exercise. As the 4th exercise. This is the first one. Kick as high as you like. Stretch those hamstrings. Okay, if you don't need a rest, keep going until the next exercise starts. So remember, you can always walk back into your burpee and walk back into your burpee and then side step. Ready? Here we go. I'm going out, in. Brace those abs so that by the time your feet land in the plank, your full body is very supported. Let me show you the side view here. Plank here, right? You jump into that plank. Try not to land with your feet and let the hips sag. All right, preparing for the other side. So I'm going to face my windows here, which you don't know that my windows are there. Maybe one day I'll give you a tour of my place. It'll literally take 5 seconds because my place is so tiny. This is my living room, and there's a bed right there that I shoved out of the way, and a TV right there. And you know what? That's all you need in a condo. A bed and a TV. Oh, my wine rack. I need my wine rack too. That's all you need in a condo. Okay, here's our push-ups and a thigh slap. Look, my brain works today. Some days I can't remember anything, and other days I can. Remember to have your feet wide. 30 seconds, right? Go, go, go. It's not as long as 40 seconds. So you can push yourself a little more intensely, knowing that the interval is not as long. You want to be pretty fatigued by the time that timer rings. Find your limit. Get that heart rate up. Get breathless. Get a little uncomfortable. Ooh. Oh. Ah. All right, we're doing our flutters. Our lateral flutters is the 5th exercise. So open, close, open, close. The longer your legs are, the straighter they are, the more challenge. The other challenge, by the way, is that you have a shorter rest. So even though the 30-second interval is shorter, the rest of 15 seconds is also shorter. You can support your neck here if you want. Really important to stay imprinted though. Really important. That means you gotta go a little higher to stay imprinted, and go higher with the legs. That's it. Get another minute. We're gonna go to the next 5 exercises. Whew. And I'm gonna go back to that 40-second time limit. Ignore. Okay, oh, sorry, too close. So this next round, get some water. We're gonna do arms first and then legs second. So we're gonna start with a burpee. So after you do your burpee, you stand up. You can either do 2 jacks. These are the low impact jacks, 1 on each side, or 2 star jacks. All right, all options you can take after you do the burpee. And then I will show you the other stuff. Whoa, geez, what was that? It's like whining. Here we go. Rest is up, that 1 minute is up. We're starting with the burpee, 2 jacks.
Ready?
Here we go. Burpee, push-up optional, 2 jacks. Burpee, again, push-up optional, or 2 star. Or you can alternate between the 2. Maybe sometimes you feel like doing a jack, and other times you feel like, oh, why did you 2 push-ups? Oh my gosh, I can't even think right now. I was telling myself I'd do 2 star jumps, and then I do 2 push-ups. I don't need to do 2 push-ups. Okay, maybe you can do 2 push-ups. It never hurts to do 2 push-ups. Hey. All right, good. It's over. All right. Alternate lunge jumps. Switch, hold, hold. Single, double. Non-jumping, step it back, step it back, step it back, okay?
Ready?
If you're doing the single, double, right, left, right, and right, left, right, left, and left. I'm just turning around to show you different angles. So basically, one of my lunge jumps is in place. Switch, up and down. Switch, up and down. All right? I call that the single, double lunge jump. The non-jumping version, stepping back, reverse dynamic. Keep alternating it. Alternate, okay? Whew. Push up. All right, I know your heart rate is really high. But we're gonna do a push up, you can do it on your knees. And then this time, instead of slapping our thigh, we're gonna touch the knee.
Ready?
So if you're on your knees, come off your toes, come off your knees, reach for the opposite knee. Push up, touch the opposite knee. It's a quick touch. And don't be afraid to go into the down dog position. You gotta lift your butt in order to touch your knee. Touch the opposite knee. We're at 40-20. These 40 seconds or longer. But the second time you see it, it'll be at 30 seconds. Ooh. Oh gosh. All right, so we're low. Shuffle back, shuffle forward. Or chug back.
Ready?
Big jump forward. Chug back. Big jump forward. Or shuffle back. Big jump forward. Or shuffle in both directions. Okay? You can do 2 jumps forward if you want. Chugs are like really small scuffs. Scuff, scuff, scuff. And then the broad jump is 1 big jump. Like I'm scuffing my way over the river of my yoga mat, and I'm going to jump over the river. Getting all the way to the back of my yoga mat, and jumping to the front of my yoga mat. Landing softly. All right. And we get to do our abs. Legs tuck, legs tuck. Kick it on diagonal, kick it to the sky. Kick it, kick it.
Ready?
Use your hands if you want to help with the butt lift. Extend it in 2 different directions. Extend, bend, extend, bend. Extend, bend. Okay, so my tailbone comes up. A little bit of a reverse curl there. You don't have to get your legs too low. Remember, you want to maintain imprint here. This is the important part. Staying imprinted. One minute. 1 minute. Actually, you know that 5 minutes went by pretty quickly. Well, in my opinion anyways.
Ready?
All right, where's my water? All right, we have about 30 seconds to go. So remember, we're now doing 30-second intervals followed by 15-second rest. What's the first exercise? It was the burpee with the 2 jacks. That's right. And you can do 2 push-ups if you want. You can do 2-star jacks. Lots of options. Remember, you only got 30 seconds of it. Only 30 seconds. Here we go. In 3 seconds. Burpee jacks. No push-ups. Go, go, go. Remember, only 30 seconds. It's quick. The worst thing about boot camp is that you get to the timer's end and you feel like you still have energy. Like you still could do a few more reps. We don't want that. Push yourself to the point that you can barely get out that last rep. Okay, I was a little traumatized there. Okay, our lunges, single, single, double. Yes, I admittedly took this from a dance class. Single, single, double. Single, single, double. Single, single. Switch, switch, stay. Switch, switch, stay. So you should have a different leg in front because you do 3 switches. That's how we switch lead leg. Oh, thank goodness. Right. I think I can handle it. Push up, knee touch. You can do the push-ups on your knees. Come off your knees. Short rest, short rest. The rests are pretty short. Lift your butt just enough to touch the knee. Abs braced. When you shift back into that plank, you want your arms to feel like rubber. You can barely push yourself off the ground for this last push-up. Okay, we have our chugs. Here, everywhere, into the garbage. Okay, I'm gonna jump across this river. I'm gonna jump over it, going back. Doesn't really matter. This little one's followed by a big one. I generally don't jump big, going backwards where like I'm blinded and don't know where I'm jumping to, but I'll jump big forward. Soft landings. Absorb the jump. Okay, our reverse crunches. Whether or not the butt comes off the ground, it's okay as long as the legs are moving at 2 different angles. See, I don't have to bring my butt off the ground. I can go here and here. All right, see my butt is not coming off the ground. Now my whole pelvis is coming off the ground. Pretty much my lower back comes off the ground too, since it's very, very close to my pelvis. Feel the lower part of your abdominals really kick in here. I generally recommend heads down. And there, you get your minutes. Okay, so we have about 10 minutes left of this workout, and it is what I call the finale. What is this? Let me stop this timer. Go back to the 40-20. There it is. Okay, here's the finale. There's the first 5 exercises and then the second 5 exercises. We're gonna do all of it back to back, 40-20. So basically we're gonna do 10 exercises until you get the 1 minute break. But what does that mean? That means you can still take a break anytime you want, all right? You can, during that 20 seconds, if you want to take 30 seconds and jump in, a little bit into the 40-second interval, that's okay. That's okay. All right? Now this is really going to test my brain because I'm going to try to do this without looking at my phone. But the odds are that I will not remember everything. The first exercise is this lunge and kick. And I'm going to do it, but I'm going to face this other direction first. So I'm not always favoring the same side leg to start with. All right, are we ready? It's been a minute. I think I gave you more than a minute. No, I gave you a minute. Okay. Reverse lunge, touchdown, and front kick. Ready? Now you know all these exercises. You're familiar with it. It's not the first time you've seen it, so get right into it. All right? There is some muscle memory there. Sometimes when we do a new exercise for the first time, that first 10 to 15 seconds we're kind of getting used to. We're kind of figuring it out. You've already figured it out. Let's move. Move fast as you can with good technique. Never sacrifice technique for speed. All right, we have our half burpee, side step. So we take our feet wide and we step it out to the side. All right, we got that in 10 seconds. If you want to start early, go for it. If you want to do the push-up, do the push-up. And again, if you don't want to do it, you don't have to. Here we go. Push up. If you want, side step. This one, we don't stand all the way up. That's why it's called the half burpee. Look at the ground when you do the push-up. Look up when you do the side step, okay? Try not to keep looking at the ground. At no point should you be looking at your feet. Right, so when you're doing your push-up, if you're looking at your feet, it means your head is dropped. Stare at the ground between your thumbs. right, we're gonna do the lunge back touchdown and kick in the other direction. My brain is working so far. Three seconds.
Ready?
Let's move. Optional touchdown, front kick. This is really using a lot of muscle groups, so you should get your heart rate up. Even though we're not even jumping in this, right? Still using a lot of major muscles all together. Get low, kick it high. 10 seconds, don't give up now. Maybe speed it up a little bit. All right, we're gonna do a push-up and a thigh slap. Push-up and a thigh slap. So the challenge of this is that we're in a plank the whole time. We're not going into a down dog. We're not lifting our butts up. So feet wide, feet wide. Stay in the plank. Stay square to the floor. There's no rotation. Imagine there is a cup of milk on your tailbone. Do not spill the milk, especially when you lift the hand. What helps with keeping your pelvis square is keeping your feet nice and wide. 10 seconds. The nice thing is you don't have to see this exercise again. All right, be happy about that. Ooh. I mean, you have to do push-ups again, but you don't have to do exactly that. All right, we have our flutters, low or high, your choice. Hands can be behind the head like this.
Ready?
So here's a variation of your hands. Down here. Going up, going down, going up, going down. You don't need to go very wide. The challenge is really about the legs moving in a straight position, extended position. It's not necessarily about going this wide. But if your hips are really tight and you want to stretch those hips out, you can take your feet wide. Do what you gotta do. Oh, geez. We don't get that minute rest. All right, we're doing a Burpee Two Jacks. I'm gonna start right here for burpee. Who says we have to start standing up? I'm gonna start the push-up. Push-up. Jack, jack. Star, star. Definitely slowing down. That's good. It means you're getting tired and challenged. Oh, there I go, doing 2 push-ups again. Because my brain forgot what I was doing. Ugh. Kind of nice. Single, single, double lunge. Isn't that kind of nice? The more tired you get, kind of stop thinking. You don't realize how much pain you're in. I don't know if that's a good thing. Single, single, double. And 3.
Ready?
Make sure it's always a different leg in front when you do that double. Or step it back into that reverse lunge. So reverse lunge is here, here, right? If you want to stay for a double, you can. Let it pulse down there. Don't give up, 6 seconds. I really wanted to give up right there. I almost did. And then I remembered you all are watching. Y'all are watching me. Can't give up when there's eyes on me. That's the whole point of this, right? Accountability. Push up and touch your patella. Touch your kneecap. Accountability.
Ready?
This is why we show our video. We show our video for, you don't have to show your video because you know what you are here to get out of class. You're driven to be in this group, to do this workout together with me every Tuesday. And that is motivation and accountability. Oh, where's my knee? Oh, I ended before the Dean. Oops. Jump over your river. I just call it a river because it's blue. Also, what else? What else do you jump over? A puddle? A pond?
Ready?
In case you forgot. Now go. Oh no, I didn't make it across the river. Gotta jump a little bit longer. Use your arms. Swing them back. Swing them up. It helps. It helps to propel you up. Up and over. 20 seconds. That was half of our 40. We have 2 more exercises left. No, we don't. We have 1. What is it? We have 1. It's our butt lift. Geez, good thing I counted it correctly. Thought we had 2.
Ready?
All right. Using those abs. Here. "14 seconds. Oh, you did it. 10 minutes. I mean, listen, you may think, oh, it's not really 10 minutes because you don't count, there's 20 seconds of rest. But let me tell you, when you count intervals, you actually include the rest. The work and rest phase counts as a 1-minute interval because you can't continue the intervals if you don't build some sort of recovery in there. If you did minute by minute by minute, guess what? You just start slowing down because your body tells you you actually need a rest and there's no way you can do the high peaks without the built-in recoveries. So that is, in effect, called a 10-minute interval round, okay? So call it total time. 10 peaks. All right, that was tough. Let's take your leg across the body and just breathe. Oh, get some water first, by the way. We don't need to go right into the stretch. Take the arms open to a T. Try to anchor the shoulder blade that's opposite direction of your leg. And this is a great chest stretch. Oblique stretch, outer thigh stretch. Lower back spine stretch too. I love multitasking stretches. So untwist yourself and straighten that top leg. If you have a really tight hamstring, you can bend the bottom leg. But here, just pull. And I want you to breathe. So inhale, exhale, pull a little bit closer. Basically, as you exhale, I want you to relax. I know a lot of time we talk about exhale also being the exertion phase, But exhaling can also be the relaxation phase. And in the stretch, we're going to exhale. See if we can pull it a little closer to the head. Inhale, hold there. Exhale. See if you can relax a little bit more. Now, if your foot is in a neutral position like mine is, I want you to start to bend the toes downward toward your face, and you should feel your calves start to stretch. I can't reach my toe. Oh. But you don't have to, just turn the toes downward. Okay, release that leg. We're going to take the other leg and we're going to pull it across the body for the spine twist, oblique, and chest stretch. A lot of times I don't time my boot camps properly, and we end up working out until like 2 minutes until the end of class. And then I do a really haphazard stretch. And today my math, pretty good. So I want to take about 5, 6 minutes to properly stretch you. And if I ever run out of time to stretch again, which is terribly negligent of me as an instructor, try to remember some of these stretches and do them. I know we all got busy schedules, so I just try to always start on time and end on time to be respectful of your time. Okay, so let's stretch. Again, you can bend this bottom knee if you need to. We're going to inhale to hold the leg. Exhale, relax and pull a little bit more. Inhale, hold in position. Exhale. When you exhale, I do want you to try to relax your leg. I know you're using your arms to pull, but if you're starting to really tighten your legs, it's going to resist the stretching. Exhale one more time. And now, I'd say after the 3 exhales, you're probably at the farthest your leg is going to go. So now we're going to pull the toes down and say hello to our calves. All right, all that's right there. Doesn't stretch the hip flexor. So we're gonna stretch the quads and hip flexors. You can be propped up if you want, or laying all the way down. So here's the hip flexor and here's the quads. I'm trying not to pull it up. I'm trying to pull it just straight behind me. My heel is close to my butt. If you don't feel it stretch, you can just keep pulling the knee behind you, behind you, behind you. Good, feel free to just flip around and face the other direction. But I'm gonna flip here so that I can keep seeing you. This is a stretch we often do standing up and worried about our balance. And this is a great way to stretch without worrying about your balance. So we stretched our chest when we did the spine twist. So we're just going to stand up. And create the opposite of arching, the slouch, or basically the upper back stretch. So if you crisscross your wrist, put your palms together and just gently press into your palms a little bit. Kind of feel an expansion across the back, separation of the shoulders. And then we do want to have a straight posture, so reaching those arms back. And then circling the arms backwards, up and back. And just loosening anything else that feels like it needs to be loosened. thank you all so much for joining. As always, did a fantastic job. And really, when I say this is a really tough class. And you guys need to give yourself a lot of credit for doing this class every week. You guys are very consistent. Keep up the work.